Mic check. Had to go get my GoPro mic on y'all. All right, I know y'all probably gunshot. Ain't gonna be fooling with me. Goodness gracious. Oh yeah, ain't got nobody coming in. Camden on fire, aka management. Am I loud and clear? Now don't nobody want to come watch. Because I've been messing up. Lord Jesus. Tell you what, if anybody want to talk crappie today, sheesh, I got a fix. Hope I'm clear. Welcome to anybody that wants to talk crappie with me. Y'all come on in, man. We got it fixed now. We got our little old issue resolved. The show must go on. So it's fixed, and I'm ready to do a little bit of chit chatting. I know people are probably gunshot like, man, that dude ain't even got his stuff together, but I'm on here. I'm gonna share this to Facebook real quick. Ooh, man, nobody's coming in. Nobody's coming in. Maybe I should try this tomorrow, guys. I'll give it a few minutes and see if we can get anybody in here. This is my Wednesday night to talk crappie with you guys, and I would love to do it. We did run into some microphone issues for whatever reason, but I am here now. Man, I'm ready to chit chat about it. I really am. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Guys, I'm ready to talk. See, we got 5 people in here, man. Let me get a what's up, something. We can go on and start with 5. We can start with 6. Sarge. Okay, all right. Golly. Picture and sound is cool. What I needed to see, guys. Caleb, what's going on? Thank y'all. Just here to talk about crappie. It's only 6 of us in here, but look, if y'all want to chit chat, man, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Of course, I want to start by saying I appreciate the couple of people that are in here. Again, we did have some issues with the microphones, but that's back, and we are ready to go, man. Not sure how many people we're gonna get on this live today, but I'm ready to talk crappie, man. I want to say a shout out to all of y'all. It's gonna be a small group, guys. Let's all start talking. If y'all have any questions, comments, anything you want to tell me, anything you want to share with me, maybe you have some advice for me with videos, all that good stuff, Let's talk about it. If you have any video suggestions you might have for me, it's all good. If y'all are looking for the Hook City TV shirts, you can go to hookcitytv.com. And I know in the past, what I was putting up is, if you can't catch your crappie where you are, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Sarge, I appreciate you for watching, man. All right, people are texting me, y'all, saying if they could hear. So we're back on now. I appreciate it. All right, so Byron is saying the double jig rig. Why not use three jigs um, instead when fishing deep water? So um, man, I always tell people one hook is very likely to get hung up, two hooks that much more likely, and three is just that much worse. So I'm gonna stick to using really now that I've been using a lot of the appreciate it, Leslie. I'm about to read all that in a minute. But Byron, pretty much the fact that I'm using live scope, there isn't any need for more than one hook. But even before live scope, I wasn't using any more than two hooks. And a lot of times I was still using only one hook. Now, they do have sabiki rigs and all these different types of rigs. And maybe if you're in a big school of fish, you make your chances greater at catching, but you also heighten the chance of you getting hung up if you're fishing in brush piles. So that's why I wouldn't use um, three jigs. Uh, Plus, if you hang up, man, that's three, jig heads and jig bodies lost right there. Um, so that's why I wouldn't do that, man. Let's see. Sarge, you can see the bass boat I bought used on my channel for storing it of the same name. Okay, check it out, man. Finally, sound is good, video is good. Like the last video, don't know if you read the comment, but the live scope, that tree and brush showed up really good. Yeah, Leslie, man, I'll tell you what, I kind of glanced over all the comments here lately. I usually try to give me a little quiet time where I go and I just, if you haven't noticed, I've been kind of answering everything at one time. So I've dropped two videos in the last week, y'all. And I have looked at the comments, but then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna respond to those that had questions and that kind of stuff. So don't feel any type of way if I just heart your comment. If you don't have a question, I'll just heart your comment so you'll know that I read it and what you wrote is important to me. Um, and then if you have a specific question, I try to answer those because there's usually a lot. And I could sit there all day and I try not to do it. Smooth beat, what's going on? Billy Sanders, you bought the white nibbles and caught 1/8 incher. Okay. I'll tell you what, stay, make sure you're in the fish and keep putting those nibbles on, man. They don't hurt. I can guarantee you they won't hurt you. Yeah, man. Leslie, but Leslie, you're using live scope, aren't you? Or are you not? I feel like you said you gave me some pointers about live scope before. Are you using live scope, Leslie? Um, Sarge, man, hey, man, I wish I could fish with all my subscribers, man, but my life is just not set up like that. I really do wish I could get out with all you guys and have a good time, and not just to teach, but to learn, man. When I tell you, I'm all about learning, and I love to see how some of y'all go about catching y'all's fish. Uh, I like to think that I'm pretty good. I like to think I'm a pretty good crappie fisherman, so I really don't mind teaching, but I love learning as well. Let's see. When am I taking my dad to Lake of the Pines? Man, I need to soon. It's just really some good fishing going on out there. And I love to take him out there. A lot of 2 pound crappie. We're gonna make a video out there for sure. I'm sure he'd love it. Mr. Garrett asks, do I like fishing bridges or trees the best? You know, man, I would like to say it's that simple, but it's not. I like both. I like both. I think trees are probably a little more of a challenge. I've yet to fish a bridge with my live scope. So as far as just, between the two without live scope, I really enjoyed fishing trees. I think it's just a little bit more of a challenge, but it has a lot of similarities, y'all. Um, as far as the shade, though, when you're talking about, Texas in the summer, you want as much shade as you can possibly get. And we do have the umbrella, but when you can get under a bridge with a light breeze, stick your nose in the wind and go from column to column, that's hard to beat too. But as far as challenging um, and dealing with the heat all in one, definitely trees. Bank fishing tips, Smooth B. Reginald, yeah, I'm back in the game. As far as bank fishing tips, man, I always tell people I really don't have many. I fish the bank primarily during the spawn um, and in the wintertime. And those are two times when those fish come up shallow, and I do mess with the bank fishing a little bit. This time of year, I don't do much. I can tell you from visiting different lakes that people are catching fish from boat docks, personal boat docks. A lot of these fish are going deeper, but a lot of these boat docks do have a lot of water under them. And if you have at least I say 12, 15 foot under them, man, there's very likely to be crappie. If you have deeper water close to you, you can always fan cast. Take your 1/8 ounce, 16th ounce jig, cast out, especially if you know you're around cover. Cast out, let it fall to the bottom, bump it back to you slowly. You'd be surprised what you can come up on. Um, let's see. Okay, Leslie, you said you just doing the hummingbird. Good deal. It's a solid unit, man. Um, Bad Bird, let me know. I will tell you the spots people don't go to. Okay, trees. Yeah, people don't mess with trees, huh? Um, Byron, you're going to Tawakoni Saturday. Good luck, man. I haven't had any reports from Tawakoni here lately. Um, but I tell you what, when they're on, they are on. And man, that Texas sun isn't a joke. I've actually been in it the past few days, y'all. It is wore me out. That's why I got my red cup full of water. Hope y'all got y'all. Um, Man, I tell you what. I hope I didn't set this to. Let's see. We got more questions, I'm sure. Let me skip up. Uh, Yeah, for bridge fishing, check out Greg Finn, Camo River Guide Service. He's a pretty cool guy, man. He fishes out at pontoon. We have a little bit different style of fishing. Um, I'd like to think I'm pretty decent at fishing bridges. If you look at my older videos, a lot of those are fishing Cedar Creek and Tawakoni bridges. Um, and I can only see how live scope is going to enhance that. So I'm looking forward to it. I haven't had time to get down there. Tawakoni is about an hour and a half from me, West Tawakoni anyway, where 2 Mile Bridge is. But we're gonna get down there real soon, um, and I'm ready for it. I actually might do a little bridge fishing on Joe Pool this year too. Really, really thinking about it. Let's see. Um, Enjoyed the vid showing the side view fish finder when looking for beds. You taught me that. Okay. Was ranked 32 and 33 and 88 and 89 in bass. So I know a little something something. Already, Sarge. I'm glad I could help you out. Glad I could help you out, man. Um, Hit that like button. You're sure right. Guys, I'm sorry. It is a lot going on today. Um, and I don't know what's going on. It's almost like the video isn't visible to some people because we definitely don't have a lot of followers. Bryce Walton, what's going on? Okay, Byron, you said you got out there that Sunday, caught 8 crappie and 6 white bass. First time fishing on my own and in the driver's seat. Definitely think crappie nibbles help. Hey, man, crappie nibbles are a big part of it. Also, man, I tell you what, a lot of people don't realize it. Um, Scan it. If you have anything that you can scan with you, you have a down or side imaging, scan those polymers, those bridge polymers. because those fish aren't always on every last one of them. And sometimes people, they don't have good luck. And the problem is that they don't go scan. They don't do enough scanning before they start fishing. So make sure you do plenty of scanning, man, and don't sit on one long. Move, move, move. If you don't see fish on that pollen, if you're not getting hit, move. Keep moving. There's literally 2 miles of bridge out there. So let's see. Um, yeah, I tell you what, we've been having some good trips here lately at the local lake. Uh, we fished with Arlington and Benbrook. Caught some donkeys at both lakes, man. Just still working on the catch, clean, and cook videos, so y'all be looking out for those. Those will be coming this week. I got a lot of editing to do, so y'all be on the lookout. Let me share this with y'all real quick. Uh, I got my buddy Billy Morgan. Now, I'm not gonna say that these are up for sale, but I'm just so impressed with the work Billy does. So as I was saying, Joe Pool, um, I got a little tip that those crappie really love pink out there at Joe Pool. So Billy had already sent me some jigs, and I went and looked at them. It's a pink, black, and red. It's a pink tail, but the body is laminate. Man, I know that ain't gonna show up well. I wish it would. The body is laminate with red and let's see. God, I wish I could see that thing, man. It's a laminate with red and black flake and pink flake as well. Man, that dude, you want to talk about some colors? I know he probably don't want me showing all his different colors. Because next thing you know, it'll be 100 people popping up with the same colors. But man, he does really well with the custom colors, man. And if and when Billy decides to go mainstream again, I know he's really busy with work, guys. So if you already have contacted him about baits and he's agreed to get them, please be patient with my boy. I tell you what, sometimes it takes a little time, especially when you got a full time job, your full time husband, and a full time dad all at the same time. So he's dealing with work, sports, marriage, after school programs, the whole nine. Here's another one that's just silly. It's purple and lavender with a gold tail. Man, I wish those colors would show up. Oh my God, man, this dude. He really comes out with some crazy colors. See, I got a whole nother bag of those pink. Then also, uh, I had enough candy corn. I know he knows I like orange. So here's one. It's a tri-body bait. I call it tri-body. So back belly and tail, three different colors. Oh, Shondo. That's gonna be bad, man. That is gonna be bad. Um, Also, let's see what else I got. He didn't send me many, but I don't need many. When I tell you, man, Billy loads me up. Now this one is like a laminate chartreuse. God, look at that. This is, I bet you this would be a killer clear water bait. This is a laminate kind of pearl with a chartreuse top with red and blue flake in it. I guarantee you that color on clear water would be a beast. You can kind of see the back, what's going on the back. Man. So Leslie, man, I tell you what, man, a lot of people read that title and took it the wrong way. So basically, that was a joke. Let me start by saying that. So live scope doesn't suck, not by a long shot, man. It is an awesome tool. What I was saying is live scope sucks when those fish aren't biting. Um, man, it's a man. It has really had my mind going. You saw how I just froze just then. Live scope has really made my mind just just turn. Um, I tell you what happened today. So I was out on Benbrook. Here's a cool one. But no, I don't think it sucks at all, man. I never did. It sucks to see fish that won't bite. And I think that with it being so new to me, I was so stagnant. And I'm gonna tell you what, I've heard a lot of people say, oh man, I dropped down there and I couldn't get them. I dropped down there again, I couldn't get them. But I'm gonna tell you something, guys. If I'm confident I'm on fish, I go through my progressions. I might have to pick up this one. I might have to pick up this one. I might have to bite it off, and use a 1/16. Or I might have to go to a 1/32. I might even have to tie on a leader. I might have to go to feather jigs. So, that's one thing about live scope. When you first get it, it sucks because you're watching those fish and you're thinking, why aren't they biting? And it kind of just takes you away from your element, which I'm a crappie fisherman. My bad, guys. I'm a crappie fisherman. I know how to catch crappie. But when I got that live scope, instead of using, this, I was looking with these and I was saying, man, they're not biting. Why aren't they biting? I'm looking at these fish. Yeah, but I still have to go through my progressions and find out what those fish want. That's still something I have to do. So just to get that part out of the way. But to answer your other question, man, Leslie, what happened today, which I said all the time, man, watching these fish feed down. I literally dropped a 1/16 ounce jig down a tree, and there were two trees right beside each other, maybe, a foot apart, maybe 2 foot apart at best. And I dropped this bait down on this one tree, and I watched the fish. So here's the one tree that I'm fishing. I'm dropping my bait down. I watched the fish on this other tree over here literally come down, and before I stopped that jig, he had it in his mouth. And the cool thing about live scope is when you have that cone directly on your bait, not only do you see your bait, you see your line. And so many times this has happened. I've dropped down and we're waiting on this fish to bite. Next thing you know, you see a fish take off this way. You see your line doing this number, but you never feel a bite. Said, look, bro, fish is on. He's literally carrying your bait off. So that's really cool to see that happen. My bad, guys. That's really cool to see that happen, man. And yes, they will turn their nose up to a minnow. um, and I tell you what, that's a good thought process, man. To think about how many years it's been when I couldn't catch them. It's crazy. I tell you what, I got them lined up now, partner. I got them lined up. Um, so Billy Sanders, I'm sorry, man. You asked what does chartreuse mean? Chartreuse, by definition, is a color. A lot of people call it green, and there's different shades of chartreuse. But chartreuse is a color. It's a color that shows up really well in water, and in a lot of deeper water, chartreuse shows up. So what you have here on the top is a darker green or green, a lighter green, and then this bottom one here is what we call chartreuse. It's a color that you'll find a lot of crappie fishermen use. Um, but let's see. Let's see, Sarge. So no, this isn't with the orange tail is the one that chartreuse is. I'll show it to you again in the bag. So that lighter belly color, that's what chartreuse looks like. Here's another one. This one is a little off. Yeah, it didn't look right in the camera. It kind of has a chartreuse glow to it. I don't have my baits in here with me. Another cool thing I want to show y'all real quick that I'm going to be featuring in the I'm going to be featuring in videos real soon is the bait pen. And this is made by Easy Drift. And guys, I've been using all of these nibbles, right? And what this thing does um, is you load your nibbles into this pen, right? And instead of opening up a jar, getting them out of the jar, once you load the nibbles in here, you literally just take your hook, you hook a nibble, and you pull it out sideways, and that's the way you can use that. It's spill proof, really. So if you got a lot of kids, if you're doing a lot of moving, if you're in a lot of high wind, this thing I think is going to really work out. I think I read that it usually holds up to about I think 17 to 20. So I don't know where I read that at, but I read it the other day. Um, so I thought that was pretty cool. People are sending me stuff to try out. Um, Boom, you're fishing. So again, that's easy drift. I don't know if y'all can see that. Easy drift. While I made it, guys, I want to tell y'all, I know most of y'all are probably on the show all the time, but if y'all are looking for rods, check out ACC Crappie Sticks at ACC Crappie Sticks, STIX.com. Um, and yes, I was right. It will usually hold between 15 and 17 nibbles at a time. And the trick is to load one nibble in the end of the pin and run your hook through the nibble, pulling it out the opening sideways, not straight out the end. So I'm not going to open them because I'm going to do a full review on these real soon. But man, I think that's a cool little invention that could really go somewhere. If it only holds 15 to 17, I'd probably run through that many pretty quick. So I bet you what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take. He sent me to them. I'm gonna load both of them. So if I can get 30 nibbles, that should last me. Let's see. I made sure I caught 25 fish today, so I know I used at least 25 nibbles. So we'll fill we excuse me, goodness, we will fill two of these babies up. Um, and see what happens with those. But y'all be on the lookout for the bait pen. I think that's a really cool thing, and I thank you, man, for sending those to me. Forgive me for not remembering the guy's name. Let's see, David Renfro. I don't think that's who sent them to me, but we are appreciative, David, and all the guys over at Easy Drift. We're gonna check those out, man. I'm excited about those. The bait pen, as well as these jigs that Billy Morgan has made specifically for me. Again, I'll let y'all know if he gets back to where he's making baits for everybody. Oh man, let's see. Okay, Lamar Richardson saying he's getting a new trolling motor. He'll finally have spot lock. So what I use is the Minn Kota Ultrex. I'm using an 80-pound thrust. I'm happy with it. I was tired of using um, three batteries, a 36-volt system. That's why I didn't buy I think it's 112 now. It's not a 101 anymore. They make a 112. I didn't want to use three batteries because a 112 is a 36-volt setup. I'm back to 24 volts, which is the 80-pound thrust trolling motor. And I haven't been in any weather that I couldn't, take. Between the DV and the 80-pound thrust with the spot lock, I'm good to go, man. Um, so Lyle, yeah, man, I'll have this review soon. For the next couple of days, I'm not fishing, y'all. I got a lot of editing, so I can get y'all this stuff. What's up, Gary? But I will be having a review on these. Be on the lookout. I'm gonna see how good they work. And it's gonna be an honest review, guys. I don't, I'm not gonna, fake it or shake it for nobody. And I would hope that a person sent me something in hopes that the review is an honest review. I don't want to lie to anybody. That's why, we have ACC Crappie Sticks because I literally love their rods. And that's why I talk about the bass tank, where I go get my marine electronics. Speaking of Lamar, if you haven't found a place, I would certainly check out the bass tank. And you can find them on Facebook at the bass tank. Um, and you can also give me a shout in email, and I will put you in contact with Zach. Excuse me, Zeke. Lord have mercy, with Zeke, the crappie freak. Either way, we can get you hooked up whether you're needing trolling motors or marine electronics. So let me know. Um, what's going on, Diamond? As far as yes, I will have that review. You're in Charleston. So man, I'll tell you what, I was having a lot of issues tonight. I actually got on here in time. I actually got on here at about 8:40. I wanted to try to catch my which your East Coast. I was trying to catch my East Coast people. I know y'all are a little later. Uh, and actually my West Coast people too. I want to try to catch everybody out at the same time, if possible, without it being too late or too early before people settle in. I'm here in Texas, so I know the time frames are a little different, but I try to start at 9 o'clock. I want to get here a little earlier, again, so I can kind of include everybody because I want this thing to get big. I want to have these great crappie conversations every week. So start checking and watching for me every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. So far is what we got. But like I said, I will be starting a little bit earlier in the coming weeks. Okay, you're gonna save the live scope for that. That'll work, Lamar. I know they can hook you up. I really do. Um, so yeah, guys, that's what I have on the radar. We got some more videos. If you haven't checked out the videos, make sure you do so. Um, If you haven't been to the website, guys, check out the website. My wife worked on that thing. It's a beautiful website. We have merchandise there where you can buy Hook City t-shirts. We have a few slogans. We have long sleeves and the moisture wicking long sleeves so you can wear them out there on the lake and protect your skin all at the same time. Skin cancer is real, even for my dark skinned brothers. Most of my light skinned brothers already know this, but man, that sun is for real, and don't nobody need that skin cancer in their life. So y'all make sure y'all are covering up your skin and even wearing sunscreen. Everybody, that goes for everybody, melanated or non. Besides that, y'all can always hit me up on email hctv2too at gmail.com. And shucks, have I covered it all? HookCityTV.com, the Bass Tank, and ACC Crappie Sticks. And again, guys, we're going to be checking out some of these Bill and Morgan baits, crappie punisher baits, as well as the bait pen, so I can quit fumbling with these crappie nibbles. So it's going to be a good time, man. Yes, sir. Whew, I got stuff coming in from everywhere. Got stuff coming in from everywhere. Okay, so let's see. Byron says, "What sign imaging do you have before Helix 10? That's out of my price range." So you can listen. If it's out of your price range, you can go down in screen size. There's a Helix 9. There's a Helix 7. I wouldn't go below a 7. It's just going to be really hard to see. And then two, you don't have to get Gen 3. You might want to look for somebody that has a Gen 2 Mega. That'll get you a little cheaper. So again, do what you can, man. But I would always use side imaging. I believe it's a very valuable tool. And then if you have the money, live scope is certainly fun. Um, Bruce, am I on Mountain Time? No, here in Texas, we're in Central Standard Time. Appreciate it, Sarge, for stopping in, man. I appreciate y'all for watching. And actually, guys, I'm gonna tell you what. It's at 10 o'clock right now, man. I got a lot of preparing myself to get to work tomorrow. Man, as always. I'm so thankful for y'all for coming and talking to me. Um, I'm actually gonna get off here too. 10 o'clock is supposed to be my cutoff. That's why I tried to get here on time, and the microphone and all that situation was just crazy. We got it to where we could have a live discussion. I appreciate y'all for joining me, man. It's your boy Fishing King, Hook City TV. I might pop up and do something in a couple of days. Just get back on here and holler at y'all. The ones that probably didn't find this live after watching two or three lives go up and all the audio being messed up. So it was a crazy audio day, but we're gonna get it all worked out. Real quick, Mike Hallmark says, in your opinion, do you think Joe Pool should be way beyond where it is this day and time? 20 years ago, this lake has been open. I'm thinking you're talking about the fishing. Um, and I'm gonna tell you what, man, the fishing is not bad at all at Joe Pool. We caught some really good fish at Joe Pool. Um, but the lake, I think it's one of those lakes that not a lot of people spend a lot of time on. So my thing is, you spend more people start spending time on the lake. There is brush on the lake, but it's man, Joe Pool has so much potential. If you think about it, it's just like a small East Texas lake. You have two bridges. You have shoot, man, you got tons of trees out there. You have all the depth in the world. I think I saw 60, 70 feet of water. Um, Ledges, humps. The dam is huge. So I think it's as far as it needs to be. I've caught some really big fish out of Joe Pool. The problem is people aren't spending the time on Joe Pool. But I think if you spent the time, or the people that are spending time aren't talking about it. But Joe Pool is a really good crappie lake, especially if you're a boater and you have the means to get around and even drop you some brush. Um, yeah, I figured you were talking about the size. You know, you hear people talk about Joe Pool specials all the time, but it actually has some big fish in it. I can't remember how many big fish I had in the video, the last video I dropped. Y'all check out those videos. Like, comment, and subscribe on those videos. But uh, man, we've been catching big fish. And when I say big, guys, what I'm talking about is fish that I don't have to measure. If I don't have to say, man, I think it's 10, I feel like I'm in good company. Because again, you got to remember, I don't trophy fish, I grocery fish. So you got to keep that in mind too. I do like the donkeys. I like to give a good hee haw every now and again. But definitely, if I don't have to measure that fish, I consider that a good fish. Shank one. I actually use both. Kind of what's available. I believe the high vis yellow I'm using is super slick. Man, I sure hate to tell the tale right then. I think only one of the two has the high vis. I believe it's the super slick that's high vis. I could be totally wrong. I'll fix that. Matter of fact, let's check this out. Look, the good thing is we got Google at our fingertips. So I always buy the Power Pro in the high vis yellow, and we're going to it now, guys. We're gonna get it live. Bruce, thank you for popping in, man. Thank you. I tell you what, Mike, if you have electronics, I haven't sunk a piece of brush in Joe Pool. I literally started scanning that thing, 2 weeks ago, and I bet you I have at least 20 waypoints. And I didn't do a lot of scanning. I've done a lot of fishing and a lot of fishing trees, but I have found brush piles, loaded brush piles. And then shank one, it's not coming up. But that yellow, I don't. It might not be super slick. What are you saying now? The super slick is the high vis. All right, and let's see. Paseo77 asks, where's the best place to fish if you don't have a boat and a buddy's boat? That would be the first thing I tell you, man. Um, Leslie, thank you for stopping in, man. So the Javier Yellow I'm looking at is not super slick. So I don't believe it has to be super slick. The Javier Yellow I get from Bass Pro, and again, man, I don't think it's super slick, guys. But I love that Javier Yellow. It's not fading like some of the other braid manufacturers do pretty easily. And it is easy to see. It really is. And I haven't found fish to be line shy. Um, okay, so James is asking, what do you consider the most important tool in your boat out of the three? Spot lock, side scan, or live scope? Side scan, hands down. I'm still gonna go with side scan. Um, I love the live scope, but it's not needed. It's not needed. It's not a necessity to catch fish. Um, Spot lock, if I have just regular foot control trolling motor, I'm good. Spot lock is just, it's one of those creature comforts, It's almost like, man, it's nice to have a car. You can roll down the windows and get some little air. But man, if I can reach and turn on that AC and roll those windows up and not hear all the wind noise, it's even better. So it's kind of how I look at Spotlight. Live scope again is really cool too. It helps you to be more effective and more efficient, especially on your time. But side scan, you're talking about going through an area and finding yourself somewhere to fish, just by scanning. And you can do that with the live scope, but I would not buy a live scope before I bought a side scan unit. That's my personal opinion. James, hope that answered it. Um, Muse is saying, "Can I chum corn for crappie?" Uh, Probably. I would hope you crushed it up because you wouldn't be actually chumming for crappie. What you would be doing, and I know there's a lot of gimmicky cakes and pies and all kinds of crap that people drop in these brush piles, which is not needed, by the way. But if you want to attract the bait fish, which in turn is going to attract the crappie, I bet you if you were to crush up corn and drop it, and get a good bait ball around you, those crappie will come. But I don't think they'll be actually coming to eat the crappie, if that makes sense. So, guys, again, I appreciate it. I'm gonna cut it off here. Good questions, by the way, man. I appreciate it. It took y'all a little while to start hitting me with questions, but I appreciate it. Oh man, Paseo, I apologize. I didn't finish your question. I got sidetracked. Um, in North Texas, I would visit the barges. Crappie house. Well, not really the crappie houses, but more or less the docks. Like Lake Arlington, they have a boat dock out there, and I know that people are still catching crappie every now and again, especially if you have a dock that has brush under it. So if you can get a hold to a dock, or if there's any bridges you can fish, I would do so, man. I think it would be your best bet. So Muse, do I have Messenger with who? Talking about YouTube, Facebook, who we talking about? But yes, I have Facebook Messenger. Um, And also, yes, I do have it on Facebook. You can find me at my name, Kenneth Pierce, and it's Nieth. Y'all don't forget to check out the Hook City TV fan page. That's one I forgot. I thank my beautiful, lovely wife for reminding me, aka management. So y'all make sure if y'all are on here and y'all have Facebook, I need you to type in Hook City TV fan page. Do that on do that on Facebook. We want to grow that so y'all can keep up with me. I actually update that a little bit more. These videos take a little while, But I am updating my page a little more often. So y'all check out if y'all are truly fans, if y'all are subscribers of Hook City TV, if y'all want to see what's going on a weekly basis, make sure you go to Facebook and check out the Hook City TV fan page. Type it in just like that, Hook City TV fan page. And yes, I also do have the um, I also do have Messenger use. If you hook set crappie, I always rip their mouths off. Well, it sounds like you're bass fishing and not crappie fishing, brother. What I would ask you to do, like I have to tell my dad, um, I would ease up, especially when those fish are nibbling on baits. I tell you now, I would, um, I would definitely check out. Excuse me, my voice. I would definitely come off the hook set a little bit, and I would also loosen my drag a little bit, especially if you're using braid. Um, so yeah, you shouldn't be ripping lips off. Appreciate it, Muse. Appreciate it. Let's see. Thank you, Paseo. Guys, again, I appreciate it, man. I listen. If I don't watch it, I'll be on here all night. Thank you. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Like I said, I'll probably pop back in maybe this weekend or something. I wanna holler at y'all again because I feel like I didn't do y'all a service tonight with this audio situation, microphone situation. But I definitely will be checking back with y'all. Thank y'all again. Man, I hate going and needing to. James Barrett, he needs a lighter action rod. That can help too, but if he likes the rod he's using, then he can back off that drag, uh, and he can back off that hook set. I mean, you ain't gotta just rip them out the sky. Try West Marine for the fishing tackle. They will price match with Amazon as long as it's sold by Amazon and shipped by Amazon or any store within 50 miles. Cool. That's good info right there, Gary. Thank you, man. Again, guys, for real, I'm gone. Don't type nothing else because I know I'm going to read it and I'm going to want to respond. I'm not going to look over there on that side of the screen. I'm going to go to end this. I love y'all. God bless y'all, man. Again, I might pop in, so y'all make sure y'all are subscribed. I'm going to pop in a few days, maybe tomorrow, maybe 2 days from now, maybe 3 days from now, but I'm going to pop back in just so I can holler at y'all, and I'll make sure it's around 8 o'clock. Until then, I'm out here. Appreciate it. Love y'all.